Which among the following terms should replace the labels A and B in the diagram? A link layer delay, B scheduling information. B a link layer establishment, B spectrum broker. C a scheduling information, B link layer delay. D a spectrum broker, B link layer establishment. The correct answer is a link layer delay, B scheduling information. Which among the following is a challenge for spectrum management? A asynchronous sensing. B multiple spectrum band operation. C availability of non-contiguous spectrum bands. D reconfiguration. The correct answer is reconfiguration. What is the function of spectrum mobility? A detect spectrum holes. B gather information about available spectrum bands. C vacate spectrum band. D monitor spectrum band. The correct answer is vacate spectrum band. What is the function of the spectrum analysis unit? A detect spectrum holes. B prevent collision between multiple users. C match spectrum bands with user requirements. D listen for the arrival of the primary user. The correct answer is match spectrum bands with user requirements. Which parameter can be used to compute the permissible power of XG users? A distance between the primary transmitter and XG user. B amount of interference at the primary receiver. C amount of interference at XG user. D distance between the primary receiver and XG user. The correct answer is amount of interference at the primary receiver. Which among the following factors affect the error rate? A encoding techniques. B modulation scheme. C channel capacity. D access techniques. The correct answer is modulation scheme. What is the primary cause of the link layer delay? A selection of appropriate protocol. B selection of routing path. C packet generation. D frame generation. The correct answer is selection of appropriate protocol. What among the following is not a function of spectrum management? A sensing. B decision. C mobility. D repair. The correct answer is repair. Which among the following functions prevent collision? A spectrum analysis. B spectrum decision. C spectrum mobility. D spectrum sharing. The correct answer is spectrum sharing. What is holding time? A the duration required to identify a spectrum hole. B the duration available after the arrival of the primary user to vacate the spectrum band. C the duration over which the XG user can use the licensed spectrum band. D the duration over which the XG user can use the unlicensed spectrum band. The correct answer is the duration over which the XG user can use the licensed spectrum band. Which among the following is not considered for associating a cognitive radio user to an unused spectrum band? A time-varying radio environment. B bandwidth. C QoS requirement. D application policies. The correct answer is application policies. Which among the following statements is false about the outcome of increasing transmission power? A transmission range at higher frequencies is maintained. B path loss is increased. C interference is increased. D transmission range at lower frequencies is maintained. The correct answer is path loss is increased.